Hello, welcome to another episode of playing Crusader Kings 3 using the hardest possible rule set, starring as Duchess Matilda of Tuscany in 1066. We are now quite far away from our iconic Duchess. About 130 years later, we're playing as her grandson. We are in the midst of trying to get the territories we need to restore the Roman Empire when the Black Death broke out. This is actually the second Black Death. Unlimited random Black Deaths, so the Black Death can strike at any time. Fortunately, it struck us as we were trying to get all the territory we need to restore the Roman Empire. I'm going to decline this call to war. Should also say, for anyone who watched the prior episode, I apologize for it abruptly ending. What happened is that my game crashed, so nothing I could do about it. What I do want to do here is equip all these pharmaceutical books. Try to get the max amount of plague resistance I can so that my character does not catch the plague. Beyond that, we're just going to keep driving toward getting all of the land we need. Hopefully we'll be restoring the Roman Empire shortly. So we need one more siege here. That should be it to get Jerusalem. And for Jerusalem, I'll be giving away two of the counties. That person. And for Jerusalem itself, I do want to hold on to it. The reason is simply because the Dome of the Rock is amazingly powerful. Martial per level devotion, extra piety, extra knight effectiveness, control growth. Again, I think one of the best buildings in the world. One of the buildings that I hold when I'm doing world conquest. So just as good as it could be. You see, all we need now is Antioch, which is now a separate realm, just 2 counties, and then we'll have to attack the Pope. Feel bad for that army, just was in the way. The Black Death, we are having some I can do. Sadly, one of my daughters died from plague. Grant this guy the Duchy of Antioch. Five months. So see, Britannia fell apart into its constituent kingdoms. I guess we have to fight this rebellion. is not great. We'll get healthy here, which gives a medium health boost and even provides a plague resistance. He's not in my realm. Okay. Not sure who will show up, but we are going to be holding a feast because I really need it to de-stress. And then we're just going to have to wait, unfortunately, for this, quite significant peasant revolt. And once we put it down, we will try to take the papacy and restore Rome. Talked about before that what's really unfortunate about this is we're so large that under a recent rule change, foreign rulers can attack our vassals without me being able to intervene. And the concern is that happens with some of the territory that we need to reform the Roman Empire, and we lose it. And then we have to go reconquer it. It just takes more time. But I think it's just too risky given the size of this populist revolt. Probably should also sway some of our vassals here. They might be thinking of rebelling. Yeah, just way too much territory to give up. So this will be interesting. And always the issue with these massive revolts isn't so much defeating them as that there are just so many of them. It takes a long time to sweep them all up. You do get help from your vassals, which is good. I'm going to split my army into 4 roughly equally sized units, separate armies. I think that should be enough. Give the quality of my men-at-arms. We'll just have to watch them. We want to take the options that lose the maximum amount of stress because we are very, very stressed out. Okay, well, just trying to revolt here. Some peasant rabble. Says our chances of winning that battle are even. I think that is nuts. I mean, maybe if the leader is there, talking about this battle here. We have a general, yeah. So let's see, yeah. We're going to drag presents from the fields if we have to. Not going to anyone's grand wedding. Fortunately, we did not capture the leader there. And I would think we have broken the back of this peasant resistance. How many men do they have left? Still 60,000. Okay. Guess a lot of them are up here. Okay. There's some over here. Under 20,000 left. Let's see if they'll show me where they are. Oh, crap. Okay. Looks like the bulk of the remaining army is about to go to sea and do who knows what. Let's get hoardings. I'm going to disband my armies, and then whenever the peasant armies reappear, we'll deal with them. Let's take the health boost despite the stress increase. Make sure not facing any other factions besides those peasants. Okay. So I'm going to get a peasant revolt, but it's going to be in my own domain, which is right here. So I think my plan is to attack the papacy now. I should be able to get all of it. Yep, by seizing de jure lands. There are, 15,000 peasants or something from that other war. I think my vassals will be able to kill them. If not, I'll deal with them at some point when we have a significant benefit in the war score now, so it would take them a really long time to seriously threaten to win that war. I just hit the first level of stress. I think that's fine. I'll be okay. Then, obviously, once we defeat the papacy, that'll be the last thing we need for Rome. Oh, my grandson died. That's unfortunate. Yeah, well, this son probably isn't going to be. Okay, we do have this grandson who we really want to educate now. Send him to university. Want him to be marshal. See what we can do for him in terms of his personality. May be able even to win battle against papacy before have to go up and fight those peasants. See, Rome is well protected as it is. We're sieging it down in a month and a half. Pass on any chance of getting the bubonic plague. Okay, so that was that Swabian Catholic peasant revolt. That's over. See if I can just fight Pope's armies, which should end this war. And then we will come up here. I guess let's go ahead and restore the Roman Empire first. I'm mildly surprised you can do it during the war, but if you can, great. Here we go. I'm sure if you're experienced, you've seen this decision many times, as have I. Though again, given the level of difficulty we're playing on, there is always something, to me at least, satisfying about being able to take it, especially with the new change to it being a hegemony. And so here we go. Those temples should go away. You can also give away this sub-barony. And now let's clean up these peasants. Go with the top one since it has a better result and even a higher percentage chance of success. So, managed to restore the Roman Empire in the midst of a plague. Dismantle Greek pretenders. Seems a bit late, but oh, I mean, what's even the... Oh, I guess let's do it. Why not? So more war during plague. Because of Black Death devastating our development control. We have far fewer levies than before, but we will continue on here. Hopefully after this war we'll take a bit of a breather. See the Byzantine armies down there. Hopefully we can reach them and inflict some serious defeats on them and make this war go faster. Not sure exactly where they're going. Man, this one has baronies all over the place. Okay, as soon as we were done here, wow, they've already unsieged that? That was quite fast. This guy a scourge conqueror or what? Oh, he is. Okay, well, that would explain it. So this may be more challenging than I thought. Okay. Given the amount of stress we've been experiencing, that's quite bad. Probably the reason we got it. Good. Caught him. Problem is, now that I know they're fighting Scourge Conqueror, who's leading the Byzantines, I'm concerned about having someone else lead my army. I think I really need to do it to have a reasonable chance of defeating them. I think we'll just go down here, defeat their armies, and then start heading toward their capital. Curious how much armies they have left. Not much. I think because we're playing on very hard that they will regenerate very quickly. Can't remember if it's very hard or scourge conquerors, but I think one of them allows levies to regenerate at 400% of the normal rate. So at least they will have plenty of levies. If we could catch their armies as they're being raised, that would be good. I think that would require us to take attrition, which I don't really want to do. So they'll probably raise their armies, and then we'll have to track them down again. Or maybe we can, nope, no, they're going. Oh, so close. But if we win this, then it's over. Yeah, they there. Probably would have been better for them in a certain sense to stand and fight. They wouldn't have won, but at least they would have tried. So in case you haven't seen this decision or haven't seen it in a while, there it is. That's a really, really unfortunate faltering heart trait. So faltering heart gets worse every time you have a stress break. If it gets to level 4, you immediately automatically die. Nothing can save you. Let's go to hunt to try to de-stress here. Here. Before, I'll be holding Jerusalem because it's just a very powerful county. Sure, I want him to be brave. Hopefully I don't get something that causes a slight stress increase. But this also really brings home the point that I need to make a decision on succession. I think our second son here looks like the best option. But we'll take another look at them carefully. The other problem with having faltering heart is it makes you not want to educate your children because you don't want to have any stress. Okay. How? Okay, so just two more and we die. I mean, we get a huge health boost, but it won't really matter. I mean, the issue is less of my health than getting stress breaks is going to cause me to die. Where even is this? Where are you going? Why are we going over there? I think he'll let people finance and other people can go fight in Central Asia. Okay, so what I want to do here is convert to administrative. It's certainly time. All of our titles now going to be under one overall title, which is the hegemony of Rome. So I probably am going to have to bribe some of my vassals. The Pope is just not going to go along with this, is he? Don't really want to lose the witch trait. Okay, so I'm just going to have to wait. Try to make the Pope happy. In the meantime, let's take a look at our children here. So he has, 2 virtuous traits. And he's having, sons that are geniuses. No other traits. He's 3-star skilled tactician. That's probably the main hit against him. Also, 2 virtuous traits, brilliant strategist. This guy is a 2-star. No, we're not going to have him. This guy just 1 virtuous trait. He also has lover's pox. This guy has 4 traits. He has skilled tactician. We have this guy who's our ward, who's also both intelligent and hale. Let's see how he turns out. Can we help him at all? So we might go with that 16-year-old there. Especially if there is someone we could marry who has both the intelligence and beauty traits. I'm not sure. Yeah. Sadly, not looking like there is anyone who satisfies that. I mean, I think if we tried to marry him to this girl, they're just not going to get enough traits. And frankly, I'd rather have his children be geniuses than anything else. We don't have to marry him now, of course. We could just wait. Yeah, I think what we'll do, let's hold a feast as well. For our See if we can try to befriend the Pope. See, no, he's not coming. Okay. Can we invite the Pope to our feast? Looks like no. We'll just do some recreation and do this to really sort of get more of our. Okay. Okay. And I think this is a very strong character. As soon as our feast is done, we will elevate him to be our co-monarch. Hopefully there'll be someone born who is both intelligent and beautiful that he can marry. But he just has picking him because he has 4 good personality traits, and he's intelligent as all my other sons are, but he's also hale, which means probably be closer to getting children, heirs who can strengthen the blood with him. See, we can vassalize here. The Undying. I guess if I get anointed, maybe that will help. And let's declare our son here to be our co-monarch. Sure, we're going to butcher our succession. We will have to go through, fix all these votes. Sure, yes, our son is Ulrich de Canossa. Okay. What I'd really like to do is become administrative, and then we should be able to just pick him as our son here, and that will be it. Wait, why are we losing? Oh, because we're losing Italy. Okay. Now we'll have to take some time and hopefully okay, this is what we're waiting on here. We are going to adopt a centralized bureaucracy, turns us into administrative. Generally, as your realm gets larger, it becomes more useful to do this. Talk about some of the reasons why in terms of your vassals being better able to defend themselves. You also get access to estates. You do lose grand tours, which hurts, but there's a number of benefits that you get instead. So also it's a bit easier to revoke your vassals' titles. So given all that, I do think I'm going to take this choice. This should also also means that all your titles pass on to a single individual, so long as you only have one top title, and we do, which is hegemony of Rome. If you don't have an hegemony, you have multiple empire titles, then doing this becomes much trickier, and you probably don't want to go to administrative government because there's a real risk that your titles get split by acclamation succession. But here, we should be able to direct all our titles to one person, hopefully. So let's do that. And you can see here designate our heir as Ulrich. Now it is time to clear the title succession from all these laws. So this is still going to be a bit tricky because I think what is happening is that all my vassals want my eldest son to be my heir. Let's see if we can influence our preferred son's candidacy. So you see, we really need some more influence. So whatever we can do to get influence, we'll do. Ask our head of faith for influence, which we're going to do here. See if we can vassalize some people. Wait a little bit for him. We're not going to be adopting feudal ways, so we can unclick that. I do need to be really careful here, because if I die before my preferred heir, becomes the leader for all my titles, that would be disastrous. Gotten yet more stress somehow. Talk to a confidant. bring it down a bit. Pass on the grand wedding for now. We have plenty of stuff we need to do. You can see that becoming administrative did reduce our men-at-arms limits because the idea is that you have your provincial armies instead of your personal armies. What I'm going to do here is destroy mangonels. We're then going to go to our provincial armies and rebuild those mangonels. Sort of see how our income stabilizes. That's going to be risky. Go on a hunt, try to de-stress again. Just a close hunt, frankly, is good. Try to get it done as quickly as possible. One thing we could think about doing here is hybridizing with the Greeks. Also create some more titles, lots and lots of titles. Talked about before, like holding all my kingdom level titles if I can. Reminds me that we want to look at our, our administrative power here. Try to get it up as quickly as we can. She's a grandson. Wanting to get married to someone who is beautiful or Herculean. She is beautiful, so that fits the bill. Granddaughter, who is also a genius. Likewise, want her to get someone married who is either beautiful or Herculean. Ideally older than 6. There we go. Not sure. Okay, we have a jihad. Is this some sort of immediate jihad? What do they even want from me? I'm confused who's fighting who, frankly. So you're the attacker. Okay. bit surprised our income is so low. I think let's switch to stewardship. Wealth focus. Did make a big difference to our income. Switch out our books. I think we have some very good stewardship books that we'll want to use instead. Those will increase our stewardship lifestyle experience. So we can get down the avaricious tree, the wealth tree more quickly. That is really unfortunate. Okay. I mean, there's nothing to be done. I'll simply... Oh, crap. I can't designate my heir because he's my co-ruler. This is really bad, actually. This is really, really bad. There's no way for me to remove him from being co-ruler. Okay. Can't imprison him. This is great. So this is a horrible, horrible mistake. I should not have made him. Should not have made him my co-heir or my co-monarch. So this is how you throw a game. This is amazing. Yeah, just a terrible mistake. So I hope you learn from my error here. When you go administrative, if you have acclamation succession, if you're not on primogeniture yet, you really need to take the time to see and make sure that you can get the heir you want to be the choice of the acclamation succession. Before you make them your co-monarch. Otherwise, you could end up playing an unlanded character. Any other way I can get more influence? Okay. Okay, wine room, sure. How far away are we from holding a feast? 3 years. But it might be the case that if you send gifts, you get influence. Yes. Okay. So this is going to be really expensive, but here is one way out of this. Say here, okay, I guess it doesn't. Okay, we'll have to find the right people. Say, send. Does it have to be family heads or something? Send gifts, get 40 influence. So we'll get our 40 influence there. Okay, that also gets us 40 influence. Maybe it's only... No? About to say maybe it's only when you send gifts to king title holders, but nope, we're getting more influence. Not much there. Obviously, it's not a very efficient way to get influence, but at this point, any little bit we can get helps. But again, the main lesson here is that when you become administrative and have acclamation succession, before you pick your heir, you want to make sure that you can get, you have enough influence for them to become the agreed upon heir by acclamation succession. Otherwise, you can split your your heir from literally all your titles. Now if I were to die right now, my heir would not have any titles at all. I mean, except the estate, I guess. A different question is, if I just keep sending money to this guy, do I get influence each time? Yeah. Okay, so a little bit cheesy, but congratulations on all your gold. Okay, at least for the moment. That fixed my succession. You see everything is going to Prince Ulrich. We'll have to see if my other sons try to use their own influence to go ahead of him. I think I got some A little more influence now. Let's, same thing. Okay, we need to, we have to really keep an eye on it. And usually you don't get a very good book from that. I have tons of good books, so. Okay. I think we'll call this episode here. I think I will play at least one more episode. Um, we'll look around next time to see how powerful we are, especially compared to Song. So this is another precursor of a random harm event. If you remember from maybe it's episode 5, Matilda herself, she was quite old. She was 75, I think. But she actually died from a random harm event. This one's giving me notice that in a few years from now, I could be thrown from my horse and killed. I think, frankly, more likely I'm just going to die from a heart attack. If I have one more stress break, that's what's going to happen. But in any event, I will play one more episode. Thank you very much for joining me here. Got to see the Reformation of the Roman Empire under the hardest possible rule set. And I hope you join me for the next episode, likely be the final one. Thanks again. Bye.